wabaraina amagendro indoke bright mwanchu mutegere nago tebinga asubu Bwire tabimwaga. Hello. Sawa kidogo hiyo nyariro kuba gakobora Vuna radio hendo.
Hello bro.
Bwirire.
Byali kumusozo.
Yes.
Abagenze ibunga.
Asante sana Alice kuruchise micho cha mosocho. Asante sana mutegereri boyiko na soko ngorokinga ni gore standby kunyara ko bako gutegerera chinkwani chi egemo ase makarungu bwa tukikamanye rasmi nga chinkwana toko koragega ni chinkwana chumugosi chinkwana chibotokuna twensi Vuna aba Kenya. Alright, asante sana. Bwana Dennis Orioki, karibu sana se studio chetu asobo tuko bwarero.
Bia mono brani ya chai.
Timetinga ki kuagenderere ngakili tukolia koirere.
Sabato nakabaire tukolia ndarere bia. Tuabuga te sadaka maalum tuakulira bia.
Okay.
Paka na ajira abo.
Alright.
Bia mono.
Sadaka maalum ngete no mochango liende lakini wewe bisete njeragete.
Na special bari. Mochango.
Okay. Sawa. Anda ke okuwa ni mugosi asuri otokomanyete bya we manyekani ngaye ninga.
Bia mono sana mugosi mwanyagetinga asibabeta. Mono gusiengi maji county echibere. Chi ward 20 Nyamira, chi ward 45 Kisii County. Nabo igo mugosi ole diaspora. Bantu baitomba manyete major towns nse ya Kenya, iziko ya Kenya. All over. Kwa ni marawawe ya bwehero bia tole. Samari atande ni sori ukinkoro kwa omwaka 2020 president ya Kenya ya basoka musike Uhuru Kenyatta akarambu ya iliya kwa award bantu bakolire gashingiya ekorunga distinguished work Kenya ye ngatoko ya mwo ngani award ekorokunga HSC head of state commendation. Actually, you're the head of state's commendation.
Okay.
You have a commend ya segasingia. You have ikielelezo kuchia sabantu bande bakolega subunejo.
Yes.
Biamo.
All right.
Inkambo nchali ko molenda bunyauro nyagiti. Bono igande omokoli meramo Parliamentary Service Commission. Under a office yekorunga bonchari constituency office.
Right.
Konyo mojumbe bune personal assistant. Mono rende unfortunately omujumbe Honorable Pavel Omeke taiko defend kero kiaya.
Yes.
Iko tare 8 botuko saa 6 officially na Arubis.
Okay.
Mono eri.
All right.
The period yako tikale ko nga transition period. Tokanyete omobuyi bobo jumbe kwa bonchali akosoa imoe bibunguo.
All right.
Yama.
Okay. Sawa. Asante sana. Karibu sana. Kiruto kuchakatu litukolero amanganichi campaign bono kulingana nelichiko lili kembe kebchero nchimbe ba IBC aikero mwele kiruturo cyase bono gwake kura litukole Jumanne kurwa se karanse tena ende buno murai ngakichi campaign iki cyakwirire at the local level ga gusi na boy at national level.
O mana bolinga a period ya campaign chinga kije campaign nchi alenge enough nchi abachi nyinge mono paka nona bakoboli bakaraye bachake bakatanga bamuntu batigairwe getintu chweka asengeje karole campaign what it means ya karole ground resources what to make no tagete ko tara chigali chibe kwa mafuta bamura baumbatakire batale makondo na bintu binde campaign ya karokana koba a period karokana campaign ya ntambe mono lakini ya ile rero kana ingia abantu abange konya yaba musumbuire kabisa no achibase yake ile kwale konya menta nonye 1 week abantu mbale kwale ko serious so the campaign so far has been so good save for binto bikabi repetato kwa rusana na binto repetato abapinzani koramana korutera na checha za moto which is very normal. Yes. Friendly fires across board na bibyo afando wide ntora arura bantu bako umia mono kuna campaign chinde chia kabaire enough time ya abantu. It was enough time ya ka abantu chingaki.
All right.
Nationally I think they have done the best both as New and Kenya Kwanza according to campaign chako freely save for a few things propaganda moino na moino chikonya kurutarutuga na challenges very sato chia IBC kose manyo register ngo tumekwa osteko tumekwa abantu kuna sonko after the impeachment bako affected kogenda koti those who are in between ebimbi abete gati chi campaign abande bono bakananga batwale changamoto chiabo.
Right.
Found wide executive interview bitato the campaign has been very successful. They have had enough time by kirachi climax at the national level and they have done their bit.
Right.
County level for the first time abantu bakoboli brokobia county mbaba tabange sana big numbers of course governor but the race njegete ganze kunaro down to top 3.
Right.
Babere batatu bakogenda monopi batatu.
Okay.
Na bakoranga it's too close to call. Abamba were between the two camps.
All right.
Although within the network ya coalition kuna rakualenga abande ba kuaruza na kweli abande bataite endorsement within the coalition abande ba korokana bataiti abande ba endorsed you know but found why it was okay.
Okay.
At the grassroots level gas to go and slightly over Jumbe no MC the campaigns have been okay. Usi ya ito chikura mone chi campaign chikoma chikogenda to clanism. Oyonoyo ito ake kura nyomba a trend une ina beko machikoba. So kwa nyoranga no mojumbe ngo ikaro campaign ya section gete. Apo ate obo manyinga aga ana ba mintombanga chikura. Uma yakogenda the other areas oligia yando ko ko ye icholeli. So they have done their campaigns, especially over Jumbe Nobo MC, and got tend to attack some dynamics and patterns. Even at the county level,
yes.
You look at the dynamics, both Kenya Kwanza and Azimio.
Yes.
Got tend to clanism. Echinyomba. Onye gavana ge korwe nyomba gete, senate nyomba gete. Ya blend na lio balie kero kwanda ko basabe kura kwa batenga nimba yete kero gete.
All right. Okay. Actually ndogero kwa naga bunga kakiyara comment wasini chikambini chigendere mbali bali kucha konyara ko baba kwa isiko at the same time no naba na inchi na boli tiri swali iliyo on Friday abande bagante bunga twarasire to aminyo kire rugoro kwa aminyo kamate ko igwa burugoro kwa igwa umate tigegente kekere tutimo kekera abande babimbe tamagoro anyway lakini ekero to ko ndo murai ekyombekeri Kenya National Commission on Human Rights ronke batukobote kegotebanga so far bikole bya bireko ba reported bya chiburaburu violence about 50 among 50 to 28 ni bikole bya assault ne county ya Kisii ngati chi county Eastern Onaiseto chiene kirimono chingage chi campaign amangana yo kogosereri go intimidation amangana yo bribery na mangana yichi buraburu gati hapo boy Nairobi county ya Kakamega, Bungoma, West Pokot, Isiolo na Mombasa timeti kuroso karansete nwanchirane na report yorwa
na wangwanchirana na gote binga say for few things bintu bibere bitatu byaba ase Kenya ngimechi case ya musini nchiri nyinge mono multi classify on average oranya na yamo kere county
yes
nkeli gentokere raisi ya karato kwa competition buneje yoko ligi oborai gose power power is very sweet so sweet with power people can even kill oborai yo abantu bako ligi they invest a lot chibasa bako pump oronjiri 1+1 bantu ngona bale byombe banda chibengi baenda all over friends bachanga montoni ya malia ya umaya korokana na stumbling block bako tanga monto university that much na bara enda nayo unfortunately and because fortunately assault is not that big nkialenge mbiri minene mono lakini enda kwa nkundi aliso lia bimbire injuries ya jinjiri gantokaka it is true I'm very sure those are only reported cases tokabugate case chitara report wa I've just seen a post online in egalinere ya sambu agose ya yasekete within Kisii County abono marogoba kana tuwazi wa kore campaign so I've seen that case maybe no more kora ebi kore bune bingoza bira byabasi campaign nelinga in comparison with 2017 what is the trend I think ingagereta nende with the competition akero stiff competition here you expect your onyansi bo mi a little bit no nyembo ikomi abuka no ene na abakorwana go kabararane especially amashabik or supporters go ikabaka ngonta ne kiasi ga bantu mo ikomanya e boundary ene yana this is my line and this is the other person's line
all right
so it's normal politics but to go saba e bigandare those are lessons to kolan to conduct our campaigns peacefully normally
all right
unfortunately there are marago na campaign chasi Nerona lisi campaign chikuanza asebali tomanya the what happens in the political calendar this is the time abantu bana ba koligania potuko this is the time you expect defections posene chief agent bana liye kokorwa posene supporter yawe nene bana na liye kotama you know a lot will happen between today obotuko bwalero paka chuma ine maambia maybe saa 9 saa 10 na wako nyoranga kumbe you are key supporter is no longer you are key supporter ojira asegeto woli something has happened and it's normal this is politics
all right actually kutikara samangana yo ye chiburaburu ekyombekia FIDA federation liaba wakili abasubati ekegotebanga chikesi cyoko gosereria nabo igoko nyarokoba kuataka abakungu chimistra nebere na 40 chabere ko bachiko ba reported so far go ekerero especially with rase enjera yemetandao I don't know kuraze karase ngaki so far social media bere ko bakutumika search campaign eje
ntobwata cyberbullying enyinga sana ko target ya basubati no ana basaja in 2017 ntu abwata some cases montako ndo kora Photoshop ofix yo motu wa sebi chagete montore no potirianda kwae yasi social media so bantu na barocho motu
nyarebe
brand lakini gojinsa magoro na keregento monto taba mona tumona ko brand bono lende mbale bataikomanya ekibono kiagenda giako kuarusa segete karoko boli chikura bantu bata montoyo tali montore straight tali montore moronge yako urachikuranke kago goja komanyanga ne propaganda otavi supporters bao chikule jijiara ko gotamiranke ebimbiro asaba subati ndaitego gotebanga enambe nyinge ya cyberbullying na basubati bako affected enambe nana asengencho bago danga the weakest link ase opponent yao no korigereria nga yoko muwa kalimo arata maguru ground ora minyoka normally abasubatie kero ba agiriri ko support ba nchire ko support none campaign gogora bako bol bako tanga abasubati kibanchire abanyina kibanchire ko kuwakere kura baroba ba wanja limo bakora so baise wanja ba support mo ngino yo mo ko boli candidate woman candidate bamogwere pi na bako nyoroba ko they'll decide ba 41 of their own and that college na bako nganchiyo so nkochole kwanyora in many times men basacha aba bakuwa mwanga omongino yense konywere ground mono kure jitinkor so ba resort to some unorthodox means kyoko genda bakora cyberbullying batumeke mitandao basiara binto bagosarie lieta bagwake sike kwarogana ngabono toli ora agenda kegen it happens.
Okay, all right. At the same time we go chiripoti chikwarokinga ebyama na bali bakurwande birugo basenyo kunyara ko baba gotanga abana funsi yaborokirwa kuruwa sabangana yechi campaign munabona 146 incidences ebyama gose bali bakurwande birugo basinye tugo shield abana kuruwa kwa mangana ya ogoserwa nebinto bidekero kuligeri ngayobo where was the weak link ngayobo nyanga nyangu bwaringa
nambe yamo siasa itekara to konyakora mone gokorwa tutabuatie structures in mature democracies a campaign ige gokorwa in serious boardrooms in big events abantu no bago tabawoni agenda for example in America you find trade unions. All the candidates about to are date with the trade unionists.
Yes.
They agree what on the agenda. Abanda they may not even listen to your agenda. They'll decide they go back or you go back elsewhere. So okonyora aba nainji mbali category mbali bamwete no ena abalimu bamwete muntu keta bago support so mbayi go sera ababwate message yabo era very strong and very clear otogo support nyalebe a candidate asingenjo go stand there with us no your rights chia workers they stand with it umuntu buno yo bwato musimamo buno no anu chumi economy they stand with that no eno muntu filetinga healthcare mbuye gocha goshugulikerwa as a candidate go represent all the medical practitioners bali bago kora mangana yo bwachanu mangana chinyagita na bintu binde they decide bago support bono chi campaign cheto in Kenya is based on ogoserwa number 1 self interest of course nero umwananchi yako boli mbona ne miyake tano kogenda inkinali saja trends bona abantu aboko agento balie toiko banyoro babangere boardroom mbaiko cha they have no structured way okobanyora we kogende majinanyo chiko bali the process yoko na majinani kwanyora ngobwate keromonto you have homogeneous audience keromonto gara abana mbaro bangina underage overage
yes
noneka roko bangina okonyoma bangina mbaro abakatu bangina mbaro medium age all those categories when anona abana basoiro
yes
omwana then there is a feeling inga omwana yonse ko mystery to mosera na bago ile message back home
adana mura
yo tanga tibas
yes
abande bakemekirikia baire enom omo iboli agosoka na bana bae ko sembatana no na musini yaro ko serwa bana barale 350 na ero we ko 250 ero we it happens so njabe culture nga ekere toko serwa no na bana imokia bana ngo serwa so buna whatever mbaba kasimiko bashiri another thing abana le wrong access very social media
yes
simio moiboli abintu bine kono ba access this information freely without konyora limitations omwana no at the touch of some kids abana banda baraba ngaini ko bwa iseko sa mama bamwabo their mothers and fathers their parents
yes
those are very sharp mbamanyete application ikiyoko install na kiyoko na YouTube moibori buna konya ko struggle ko genda YouTube omwana uchire karo or access this kind of information and that's how they access it it's true very report never there Very bluntly, people have decided tiga tokore igorioka
yes
tomanyeti you never know ngai ndio koroshie kura gose ndio go taiko ndio go nyesari
yes
bono koranga go kosari abana aba kosari
ole kora
thinking ngango sari ole lakini kwa sari no na abana
kerabo ni korokinga naro yogo sera okonyekorera aba kongsano nya abana already that is what they are observing
we are entrenching a culture a culture yogo sera yokorwe basa it's like you are bribing omwana wakore omokie school think of engaki otakabwa chebesa okomoa okomotivate that's how they call it ekalota bwati omwana will drop performance here what it means if you don't have money no bomorayo muya ekerege toigocho that's where we are headed and this generation ya bana
yes
omwana kaga agokina na agenda kole university atware family will believe nga omorayo muya no lyo kosera besa because njabet planted nga at the tender age na zeret.
All right.
If you change that, it will take time. Change has been known between 10 to some years.
Right.
It won't come out easily.
All right. Sante sana. All right. Batrebo sante sana mwanchi mutegele ya kurunga Dennis Orioki head of state commendation mwanchi mutegele tunga gusanga chinkwa naga kuligeria soba kalenga kiamangana che campaign ya bere ngoli tole aseka giterege tambe na kikyombe kyobo chorine chibeba IBC kiro beretie soko akiaba Kenya chikurali tukolie Jumanne na mangana manga yoto kwa liganda tia sobo tukobalero mwanchi mutegele nyorenga SMS line ya ne ngere 0706102102 kutore live aliaso mtandao YouTube Vuna TV ukoligere lichinkwa ne cheye ma semo trenda sichiduka kuri natura sekretari getambe ngotumire link sawa subwa garinga kechi campaign chabere kero toro chiritu kali jumaina singa nchobe choli ekeranda ke morente te tutera kora kurwa sense mi chi campaign kagima kero to kuligeria nationally ase chi campaign ye chigen to kia machiri korera kana mono na indanda kabange bata kagerete ne chinkwana chintindi chabere ko bachiko chikwena no gati yo morai wense no mokonyo Dr. William Ruto igo kuli kuruko borai wense wetera Kenya Kwanza. It was expected ingo monto rase debe monto kuli chikura Raila na bwente kuiranirania na Ruto, lakini mono chinkwana gati ya Ruto na Uhuru na chichabere mono chikobe concern ya saba Kenya timetinga kikwara rire igentekyo
mbia mono igente kina bakere igo nambe yamo Uhuru akire bunakire te as the president chikura chia deputy president because William Ruto echiko maintain chibe intact kago kwana chikura chia echiko nyakondanze that's the target chikura chia central band large nkobwa chire bona national level toka ndobo kabira tribal abantu following ya nene yekobwa chia president asakorwa the president yaro kanete iko kwana bobe igoro ya deputy yayo oyuba aligeti chikura komo bagachoru komo. What it means you gonna banga na era okore campaign so ikamo chicholera makara sana utautora pumuzi
yes
chikule jiarenga jiarura sale and this is politics because onisa okeliga libuya ainsa ku attack ainsa ko direct head on between Raila and Ruto no much can be gained because if you are supporting Raila you are still with Raila whether Ruto talks well or doesn't you are still there a diehard if Raila hits on Ruto the diehards ba Ruto they won't change.
Yes.
So the possible scenarios na chiejinga in central, how much can Raila get if Uhuru is quiet? How much can Ruto retain if Uhuru is quiet? If Uhuru talks about something wrong about Ruto, chances are very high Ruto will begin decreasing the numbers from central.
Okay.
That's why very, very careful go attack Uhuru direct. Because you go attack Uhuru go etera Raila. Yawadanga omongwano yo mama etana getanda wiri.
Yes.
Monto korale gali goro ebinto kunebyo. Yaro kananga in the mind of some Kenyans yego majikoro kananga Uhuru agotona lyo monto gotoe bitana wiri byo ko ta tokora magendra. That is the message. There's a way okonyi approach.
All right.
Yeah, na hiyo siasa.
Okay. Abande bele bakoranga ogo choko ko murai wense na kobeka tena ninganche monto nabarageire noyo ego kogandrete ko musariria chikura Raila sachi semo chinde kero abona ko machikuranga ni project ya serikali.
Na bago sali nde kwaros. Ono koligera linga ndio kwaros chinyinge ko bwa ko lose. If I'm losing 100 votes Yinko gain 1,000 votes. Kinda agenda for. It's 1,000 votes.
All right.
It's all about numbers. Okay. But again, go escalate very much. You see, on SAG campaign here between Ruto and the president. We Nabotoko lose track of the campaign.
All right.
Because these are two individuals, but in the office.
Okay.
Nende ekaro enchire bintobire igo. Kenya na batora atuale mufarakano bintu mbire bona bitaikerane oyago kwane ko yokwane.
All right.
Tata koteba Ruto has been careful ake. Also my identity ko under full blast. Because he knows once I go antagonize Uhuru to some level you will lose votes. But I can tell you for free given an opportunity that I could lose votes chikura chirichia Uhuru control ye intact.
Yes.
We could have gotten more stories, more choices for where Uhuru are.
Okay.
Because you look at Uhuru there were no moibi. Strongly there are more moibi chikura, you know that's a message.
Yes.
But again at the back of the mind, you've been with this thief for the last 10 years. Nkiota roto table. Paka ya ikira karo kole campaign bono, ogo support somebody else totama jinga kanere na ikase keto muroko moibi nere. And you order that it was the end around the climax.
Yes.
And you order monto no moibi. chingo kotwa katigire kali na karundiri na nyoranga tailia tugutiro korume you know it's all about politics.
Okay.
So they go well with the country like to understand the siasa. They are Kenyans who can tell you easily Uhuru, there is no politics here age o ikape intio montoyo amuaka matowaka.
Yes.
Message manya go singa otherwise seemingly abantu ko centro mba igete ngakiete bakomie metu. Actually listen ndio kia bata ira rako bata ngoma ite mwate bati kunganta ite ko kwamiri oborai nende jetino kwamiri oborai. And then there were people who were quick como boli rende ngio ko bare chairman ya Azimio kolio oborai. And he said rende interest je no that go shuguleka.
Yes.
You go, are you not still you know that message but we ikape intie deputy negatively so that abantu abanza ko nyora that message.
All right. All right. Ekero to kubiko boroso lintu kolengane ye campaign ekero kuri likero kibura ibwense kia retro mu musomo no kogo jati local level mnabona se county ya Kisii kurigereria monekero gukyobo governor kia letre libirera sana at least na boko yuko senator chi constituency kugutara na boko yuko bunge gokwata se county ya Nyamira na boko yuko mangana yuko governor lakini birogo mbiro mnabona Nyamiro isoko boli umonto bwangu ngato tebi ngomba ntukibakurwa ndekero kyobo senator nabora nyolengana na bakesa na pamanyikaine ata bise abantu bange orabogemba maitinga kero kyobo senator ngurwandi rukere ase county ya Nyamira kogocha se county ya Kisii isukuri kero na kyobo women rep ngira renta musomo no kolengani kwa ne biroge bibinde na kero kwenda se ground ali kuri ulingi kero kyobo MCA engusana nero impire tibete kurosu karansete. Why this scenario birogo gete bibwate more traction compared ne birogo binda saving ambita hiyo?
Sababu era very simple. Inkige impact kebuata power kebuata what it wills towards mwananchi mahalia. Ekina kiako era wananchi abange batu are interest. Number 1 mwiso ukaligere buyo bwe MCA. Ngo affect kera abantu baito mashinani hali. In fact paka bono yabantu ngo boli balengo obo kansula bono ngotokwa ngoto nino obo kansula mbara manyanga le no bo MCA but mbabu ate hintinga ekerugega kepi omonto ko ngikera no mo MCA no bo jumbe na barongo twara bole chinguru asengencho ya the kind of work ya gokora the power ekerugega kebuhat talk about bursary, talk about CDF project school eranga hapo nowadays inji bwata office yo chief na bintu binda security ikina kya kora bono kya tuara a lot of competition abantu banza gokeoni strongly go chobo president because you know kero kina kanana kere na kero at the national level bantu ngo tend bale go tuara message at the county level obo governor ngo tema bale korokana na bure clear senator and women rep not much although to some level ase abasubati was women ko tend bale ko kweonia no woman rep mono lakini senator ge komajiko kiraki ande ngerute iri po choy mono ngeruta rute iri bintu because your senator it's oversight.
All right.
In 2013 2017 senators imba tamata go etie bill ekoba 1 billion ya oversight aba jumbe because other bills ingo the national assembly.
Yes.
Because in Baroja, when I was in the Moko, I said Bakarusia propose you. So senators Babu at Tibesa, Babu at Kitty over oversight. That's a challenge.
Yes.
Namonto Tabu at Tibesa, rarely you find these people on no Montore campaign. Abanenja bawa the or Italy ground. The community was about the Besa Cavando,
yes,
and Mamobeke ground.
All right.
So the two positions in Chirico well such power of influence. Yechibes and Abintobin, like Yogan, they tend not to be clear with it.
All right.
Or when say because Volens area on the Buensiga Bagoteva, some memes Chico Yota. So you find people but I take Kobolia. One of our catching.
Okay.
I think Ntora Kora civic education is saying
yes.
Clear roles chibe.
Yes.
Oje gasia senator tera nyuera saba na nchi buya. Negasia ngia na negasia nana.
All right.
Equally over woman rep. Bobu wate kiti kia ya. No ekerega ke because woman rep gets around between 50 to 60 million.
Yes.
but look at the constituencies of what. Assuming Inkisi county with 60 million. Then you have a member of parliament of what 138 million. One constituency.
Whatever. Asante sana urai. Kwa hilo tole ya kuruga Dennis Orio head of state commendation mwancho mutikaliga tuganda tukusanga chinkona sumuro bali babara ina magedro tokura so semese mangana mayanko na tole baada mangana magia century. Aya namangana maya asenjera yuwekiranu kurwa chinkonko inyichensi imeya radio Vuna. Aya namangana maya asenjera Aya namangana maya asenjera yuwekiranu kurwa chinkonko inyichensi imeya radio Vuna. Aya namangana maya asenjera yuwekiranu kurwa chinkonko inyichensi imeya radio Vuna. tochia bono gutukumura bali asembeo no muroberio bwabarai na magendrondo Kenya chai Brian go sebro bright na se studio tenere Murai Dennis Orioki head of state recommendation boigo kole birumane kyombe kirikyo kole bwe bunge parliamentary service commission constituency ya Bonchari na bono chingo mwakili John Mukaya ne ronyero kobaka ko ikagaiga studio ekero toko gendrani chinkwani chika sofa twaligire amangana ichi campaigning akianya rekoba agakoba na keronte tunyero koba togo kodra lakini ntaranya rekoba ngombolento wakili ndake Murai Orioki ngoligire litwali ngenga ebirogo biribya rekandire bigotwaro mu musomono nero twale gokorra kwa machigo tebange kiruge kyobo senator no women rep ngira nywera mo nase asabanto
ekero kyobo women rep, it's an affirmative action decision egocha comment representation yabangina in the house immediately akoba elected a county member of parliament to modify woman rep because parliamentarian or korosia machiko like any other member or elected from the constituency one from the county courtesy agenda affirmative action otherwise no I tell you we could have remained with the single members of parliament. So they assume more roles in the National Assembly. They can be chairs of the committees. One go taka more very competent enough. We're going to go fight for those serious positions. We can have a woman or a majority leader. Na kere chikura by virtue and the counting market, she can equally perform. But some people were saying, serious member of parliament were saying, these are flower girls. Here they have been elected, more than you've been elected with the just a mere constituency.
Right.
So, but this but my tech it gives them a platform, on here, you showcase here. Once a time we are more, you know, you are quite a platform. One of our and they over your jumbe, over your governor. Obajumbe in a single constituency now because one ya kobekire motualia na bako ganda bono or compete with other men or other women very equal to the task.
Okay.
Quite importantly, they have clear roles like members of parliament.
All right. Wakile Kirongo kwa arigania se studio kwa nimogosi na kwa maika nebe at the same time Kirongo kwa nente ma se chinkwane chi kura sui karansete na kichi campaign chi chenya rekoba chi kogenda na obotobotu wa improbio bokolengani gwa ne chi campaign chi miaka ya magega.
Thank you Bright na abategereri baito bonsi ko bicisemo chonse chagusi nche Mukaya John ko boge tutu south boge kaward omo wakili town yetu ya Gusii. Mangane chi campaign I think we have for the first time seen campaign Chikowa led by Asegusi Datebe. We have not seen Chisegi Totarara before because we yani biroge bi koligwa bianyare gotwara competition is so high that there has been kominana ake kugerana goketwara lire, and then the expenditure it can be compared to previous years. We are now having MCAs spending a lot of money. We are having abajumbe ba betiganire kabisa, maybe baonire bintu byose baruzi babunire bigancha byabo ko abantu kibesa digere banyare konyora ebiroge biga. Nationally we are looking at it from the angle like it's not normal to have a head of state support a candidate. It's for the first time Tokorora a president openly akogenda go campaign a candidate ye watcher, because normally or previously we've had presidential candidates bali bago soka. I mean presidents bali bago soka bago exit quietly. Well, no, we are seeing a president already active in politics. It's for the first time. It's also unique that a president here sitting is supporting a supposed opposition candidate. I mean, korukare tu arochenge president kego soke goli yumontore within serikali yumontoye boko omotigera usote badera tagete. Pono we are looking at a scenario a president yego soka yari yumonto ko opposition yate birenga nero isaini. So the campaigns to bwate bono are so different from the previous campaigns to atwalire emiake yende. I don't know if I would comment about Ekerokyo women rep. Yes. My brother senator and senator na wongoroje head of state commendation akwane rakyo women rep. Why getabu ati omunguso kunebiro gobinde because esakoli libo governor you become the president ye county, you have resources, you're managing billions of shillings per year. Obo MP now we have chi constituency by MP, one of the bali member of parliament called the single constituencies eba ko close chibesa chi million 200 bako manage kogo cha sekero kyo women rep bako egu almost 20 million per year kebwa tibesa totebe no senator ebibibere because almost senator all you do ogenda Nairobi ochikoligere linki governor egokora whereas omo governor agocha ko manage chibesa. So the competition to anyolira sekero kyo women rep, no even the candidates like he said their candidates most of them togotera bonsi
yes
ora ligererio tebenga well why leadership eli like real leadership to bwata se maybe bo governor and the competition teraro like kana se biroge winde.
All right, thank you. Actually kero oko comment in 2 minutes ngokwanda igoro je chibesa chabero ko bachi gutumeka torera barayiba gutumeka chibesa sana se chi campaign chili chi control ya lengo I don't know akili ya chete lia bwatu gutunike mbukebechoro ni chimbe ba IBC liuko kabu chibesa chiri chibantu gutumeka se campaign. What happened? Ichikondiro
IBC gazetted the maximum expenditure kire kirogota kire gotwara.
Yes.
In some regions of MCA they said up to 5 or 20, was it of 10, around 10 million?
Maximum
10 million. Obo governor they had put it at around 200 million. Obo president was at around 1 billion.
5 billion.
Around 5 billion. So the challenge Nelly Chikeli is on monitoring the spending. How do you go into individual accounts whereby you also know that there is privacy, banks cannot disclose certain information. To konyara ko ligere Chikelo manyanga na kinaetane tiko stara etane. So actually the implementation aspect yeli Chikeli nero etabu ati amagoro ani etabu ati chinguru because omo MCO spending more than 5 million 10 million chiri atake go spend na kiora nyare ko manye chine chibesa chiaye echinde chire donated echindo tali ko manya na kichigocha. IBC does not have a way konyara ko ligere libuya konyara ko chunguza ko banyanga abantu abachibesa renki batumia yanyare kana some of them overspend abande maybe bali bakonyara can even use more resources ko liyekeroge.
Actually they said guys ya IBC no ko college kura ali go monitor ile ngo monta go spend a campaign ya.
Yes.
It was an act ya lenge campaign finance act ya le ko limit so a ceiling yeyo na bumoko beke ceiling assuming na ajira na ko campaign ngakimoko manya.
Yes.
So you are giving them an extra role itali yabo you are mandated to mobilize abantu ba register as voters. And mo college kura this extra role mo kwa ane yaki Russia so abajumbe bakanye beka kan
they overlooked.
Yes, but there were regulations about that ba collector it proved to be something yakanene. IBC was overstepping the mandate to some level, and again by virtue of the campaign you may not want to be monitored more as I told you the campaign in Bono Chiansa.
Yes. Bono and I'd like to know that I'll tell you.
We know this thing.
And I'd like to know that I'll tell you today I happened to go to Bengi. Most politicians most banks were serving politicians. They are not about Nebika and Chappy. A campaign like he says. Bono Botuko Banto Barairi to Chimambi Namatukande. Yes.
All right.
So spending here, to konye limit because you don't have the capacity. IBC, you can get overwhelmed. You know, they go ahead and employ temporary officers.
Yes.
As presiding officers. They want you are monitoring MCAs and the other guys. There are over 16,000 even to Wakobol.
All right.
Nanga yaga and Dobeka poster, you know, it proved to be a tall order.
Iko noko tabanga Kenya bado ntora tambe kuroko beke birengo as jibasa chuko tumekuwa se chi campaign.
Number one, what they are doing in the other countries, chire able to monitor. Oko tuare account your campaign yao. Where you have a campaign manager, you have people employed to korana your campaign. Ekiti ekigionsi pino okere. Ge koera you seek more resources. You do fundraisers back or achievers. If you are found to have spent more money, you'll be held culpable to that. So in Kenya, now you can have an account, but you don't have to use that account. You can have people supporting your campaign. T-shirt, caps, they are found there. So for those other people, there's a way over.
Right. I would say it's a step in the right direction, in such a way that we have a good idea to limit campaign expenditure, because sometimes people become leaders like other places because of the money they got to me. There are those countries koru ase chikanti chirya endera ile mono. Kenya nere karanga tikatobekeli chikeli yoko manage. We have tried in terms of coming up with the policy and the law and the regulations, but in terms of implementation, Nairo Kenya taranya go execute kabisa. But it is something we hope that in the future, with time, like we have other laws that have been passed, like into what the problem na go implement. We are struggling towards go implement 100% and successfully.
Actually, Kenya is known for perfect policy documents. Documents ingia ama kama ya. Lakini implementation has been a problem,
a challenge. All right. Kaza tusikuje se kanende karango cha kama naye murayori oki kiombe kyo bichori ni chibebe IPC so far so kuyaligania kwae lituko lya Jumanne elinde gwaki chikule china kwene kinganjire cyo bwene no bwasi uko korosi karanse no isaneketena okuyaligania kwae.
Enjira bebegete enjira bago kwana so far so good. Bintu mbere bakwanire nya register nko bekwere polling stations. I've checked, I've sampled a few schools. We are now polling stations. I've seen babeget.
Okay.
I'm aware there are polling clerks who are going to go training there are major areas, maybe the county, they have done the trainings. So quite a number of things are ongoing. I saw some now chia police chiko Nairobi na Bintobinde. Some were saying chiko to some areas, but I'm told mesigo jara ko koba IBC materials chine jara ko koba. So I got chiko soka ko Nairobi chiko na wose Western Kenya na chiko soka chinyinge. So some of you tend to thinking ngo irujira seget. But those are materials. Materials ngaida bona igachi campaigns shake everywhere.
Yes.
They are at the county level. I think others have gone to constituencies, warehouse in some places. It's all systems go from the look of things. Nonetheless, the areas challenges, but I haven't heard of any.
All right. Okay, let's take so far.
Preparedness ya IBC. Kujeligerelia now from the layman perspective, but normally it's from what they tell us. And you know, sometimes we tend to believe. We do not know there would be one or two issues, but we believe because we are how many days shy of the election, like 2 days shy of the election, that maybe some like he said asinari naeta bire bitatoranya babegete those registered chia printing ballot papers and boxes we have seen chigo ikigu at the airports. We assume they are ready, and not unless then internally there are other issues. But I would say since IBC works with regulations and the act take over the election laws, there are timelines. That even on gazetting certain candidates, timelines. Printing ballot papers, there are timelines. So even imagining not meeting those timelines itself could mean that we are missing to adhere to certain laws and regulations. So then legally I would say they have gazetted all candidates, they have gazetted polling centers, they have given us lists of voters. We have seen ballot papers airlifted received at our airports. I would say they are 80 or 90 something % prepared. Asebono ya tigere noko actualize. I know their trainings POs arose bali bago chikoligereri chikura. Legally I would say they are around 90 or so % prepared.
All right. Actually the rongwara litukolikoro azimio gekolikira IBC liuko ekoba access gochia se system koligereri ngaki chikura chikoba forms chikoba transmitted across polling stations. Of course IBC nero ya balirete iranga ngochibale nkoba access because that was an issue in 2017 abantu baro babwa access to the system batamanyeka ine ngambarabia lakini so far wekerero IBC terara ligose yarura access gochia se abakolikiye bloge byoburayi bwese gochia se a system at the same time ngoro chikuru chise mochinde abo bisegete bo bakoba implicated asa mangana yoko ba involved ase ogo transfer voters abaki chikura kurwa sense memo gochia se de kulikirili na wokolinga li kondiro ikeike azekyombe kyobo nechibe ba IBC. Is it something to worry about?
As a one serang access in 2017 into a portal yalenga public portal,
yes,
where omonanji could access or an result ya to mirko polling station in Makere. They were able to access actually here go stream live. No area system you get a jammed a public portal. For the presidential candidate, they are chief agents. I think they'll get that access. Maybe the timing or engaki nerabago tako specifying the those access codes. And again, you see, you are always suspecting again don't get opponent you know you always feel like some fever clear. I think it's a work in progress. If anything in Toran's results go stream live. I believe part of the preparedness for the IBC, I think their work is ongoing. On Monday, there are pre-poll activities, poll activities, and after. So, about counting here and other things. Immediately you are done that, now more is able to my results.
Right.
So, there are quite a number of procedures to that level.
Right.
I know there's a portal. No one have access, even the observers. I think it is good that IBC will be accountable, and I know to assure their supporters, to assure their supporters that we are on course. You know, they have experience here in the they have learned some of these things, so they don't want to get it wrong. They will always communicate to the public, now to their supporters, and of course, common manager generally again to even for the media to follow up.
All right.
It's a nice thing to do. No your information. Indeed, these access codes in it becomes a concern.
All right. Asante sana. Mwachipo tegeli tugende tukuchire masemo kuro igare Vuna 2.0 FM rubelia sempe bara ina magendro tuna bara igaiga se studio Dennis Orioki, head of state commendation na bigontenero mwakili John Mukaya tugende tukuligerelia ngaki amalika niale posibwa chikule chikuwa kuli tukole Jumanne nyoronga turi live wale so mutandao YouTube Vuna TV na bokuligerelia chinkwani che masemo gotore live na bigona bogotobwati kwetara www.radiovuna.co.ke mena isiko ya Kenya ndaka wakile kerongore na soleba ontuligerelie possible outcome enchirobo choli obura chikonyara kuba bogo korekana karutukuri ga nkabono gusi ebintu biro bande bagoteba nga biraba siko chikoligereri gomono elinde korranga ngo wakire kurakeruke gente ketangane mangane yichinyomba clanism yento yakabere mangane ye miaka na karukolira sibali bakolikyo bugavana there is an issue of age nabo iko amangana ye byama nankia makike batomo ngosogwetanye ekende kuraso ikaranse. Do you think these will be factors chira chikudetermining who gets what asobachorioba?
Well, Bright, I would say as a locally and gusibu na chikura chiakiru previously miake ya etire. It is about clanism. You will see certain clans, Chico group 2017 banyalibali bakabageru kerogogete bagetutu bakaegwe kende babasi bakaegwa. Then that voting block, that voting pattern konyora chikura kuru those clans. Definitely in 2022 clanism nero chikura bago chakanga oyonoyo ito kuru nyomba konyara ole komoikera then ebintu binde byamanyago chabono mbali banche te party, you know, and I will tell you mundu onyora ali party ngao, but because ali kurwe clan kino onyora ko eguchikura we see it playing out na bekora kana nga like we've had votes before. The clans are fighting. Tobuhate babasi babere bakuriyo governor. We have Mogetuto goriyo senator no Mugirango no Machoge. So then the votes tunachire korwe the clans are definitely going to affect ngoko ire birogo no governor obo senator no women rep birogo be a county at the county level depending on which team ego chikonyara kukwana n'abantu buya na mulengo kibali because nationally you'll also see the two sides chikorwana is Azimio na Kenya Kwanza. Gusii tends to lean more towards Azimio. So Olior Azimio, and that's why you realize ticket Azimio or Azimio friendly parties were very competitive because kerokwa nyolile ticket yeyo chikuranjiro konyoro automatic from those loyalists chia party yeyo yako beka at a better position yoko ile keroko ko etani ko gende party etali related na Azimio setali friendly not like other parties go say other coalitions jikonyora pi but then at the balancing at the probability yoko subera Azimio gusi oire go se kobera muino toira could be seen nabokunya koranga iga nabogweta gusi like I've said,
yes,
Azimio is higher than the others. Right. As a clanism chobo governor, it's difficult to really tell clan ikihego chikoira because there is rumor timanyeti sikanga banyali barimbe pangete babwate candidate yamo. There are two as I know at currently. Those who are on the ballot bara banyali ba candidate ibere aba basi bakoli yobo governor ebale babere nebuna bu candidates to bwate mbaro abande bakoli yobo governor but bali competitive bali rated even on the polls ebale babere aba basi bale babere abanyali bali babere so then ekobwatinga chinyombe chichinde ningo chigo chigwakera assume ababasi babaganire nusu abanyali bali babaganire chinyombe chichinde the other clans chomogusi ningo chianje te ningo chigo chigwakera. Definitely those clans and the parties are going to affect the elections.
All right.
If I can chip in a little bit, obonyomba bakoroka clanism no kabira. They are the strongest forces as a chikura. Actually, Mondana Wakoba Tama Tibora IP because of the tribe Moake. It's one of us, Ntoi Waitera or Noyo Ito. Nationally, Naboro the big tribes. You know, you can't phantom a behavior Uhuru is supporting so and so because of the numbers. He's even able to mobilize some numbers. You are better off here. It was almost automatic konyoranga Kalonzo or retain running mate. But because of the numbers, Chiarego Azimio was about to lose in Azimio if Kalonzo had a way position here. That's why Kalonzo had everything a hold you a horse. I got numbers don't get it. If we lose this, we'll lose a number of votes. Go to county level, it's of course a clan factor. And that clan factor, you see, Nabagata Omogetut. Even within Bogetutu,
yes,
Ntobuata some sub-clans. So they also work out.
Actually, no Nyamira, Bogetutu, na
that's it. So you play this game so professional, so strong, because I can tell for free, generally, Balito Taikoru, Nyaribari. Naboko Nyaribari Babuata Chikura Chininga sana. Over 150,000. It is the leading.
60 something the leading in there.
But if you study the clans, the sub-clans, you get other story now, even within the clan. There are people who are going to Kambanan, Mandamara to Nabaguj, Mandamara even within that clan, there are people who have their own injustices within. So those will also play out. But generally, those are the forces.
Right.
Obonyomba plays part. On tribalism. Yagocha number one. In as much as you know, Raila will come here atawenga abagusi ba minto nitaenda na Matiang'i nita make sure apata kazi. What are we doing?
We've seen the make statements in Kenyanza Kemocha.
You know, people are saying now this thing is coming to Nyanza. There is nothing yet tribal. Only that that is how it sells. A message general for sell. About bolinga tunka itole.
All right.
Look at it this way. In 2017, we had Chikurachia, of course, into Awata, Jubilee, Uhuru and Raila. Uhuru performed top performer Tibuya in Negusi. 2013, 2017. Lakini aruete karoga kama dao. Equally Western, they never performed so well. 2013, 2017 towards Uhuru. What did he do? He gave them one minister. Type. Western Nagusi. What does it tell you? Even the numbers more correct that we so your numbers, your tribal numbers will also be a factor.
All right. Kangocha sole wakili at the same time na Orioke in 2 minutes each. Ingan issue ye miaka each. Na kile kiliko play out ikago siye kama chukora kana mnabona kirukuli ya se county ya kisi ya basae ego mwasu kamaega na wana wakili we expected you ko boli bwe MCA bwe ka ward
we had some youthful candidates as of governor who pulled out senator. Well, let me say it's not the age majorly that ekogera bantu mbago soka timanyeti for senator at the time, but campaigns are also associated with a lot of spending. A 34, 40, 20-year-old young man would not spend the same way buno mogaka o bereire serikali miake mengi gwetani. For those positions, county positions, I would say all national positions, like Obo president. You know, Keronda attended Obo president, even you, bro, brother, Umbolinga, Boliole serious, Obo president. Or if I come out, go campaign seriously, people will imagine I'm being financed. So there's that challenge, resources and the age.
All right.
At the county levels. But I will tell you, there are so many young men and women who are called MCA, or MP in our constituencies. Those positions that are telling, even the spending is not enormous. Age itself will not limit a leader.
All right.
Because we have had very successful young men. I'll talk of Sakaja today. I mean, he's a young man, fairly young, because as much as he's out of the bracket at 35, he began his leadership from around 28, 27.
Okay.
He's performed exemplary well. There are others we would count. So the limit is not the age. Especially,
Okay.
Limit is the expense involved political positions.
Okay.
But I would not asibali bakoli maybe over MCA, maybe roge bibinde. I have one example from what I hear and the research in Monyerero Ward. We have a young man who is around 20-something years. The young man walks in barefooted sometimes, Djibouti, but he's very popular. He has no money. So it's the zeal and the hope you give Uchias Abantu. Okay. There could be a very young man. Abantu he's the hope. So the age itself is not a limit. All it's right. The expense and the leadership in the young men.
Okay. All right. Yes. As you comment also, in terms of Ona Saba Kichikura, how is age likely to play out? Tekigarambala watevanga wasae, babu atikura, abagaka na babu atechikura. Tibetinga kioroje.
Quick numbers. General registered voters. Tobuata male, about 50%, actually 51%. Tobuata women, about 49%. Tobuata youth, so from the category of general, you Quarus youth, youth are about 40%, actually 39.8. People living with disability, you can't believe this, 18%. What does that one tell you? You can equally go Oligichikura Samanto, Babuate
yes,
because around 20% Babuachikura. So youth at 49, I mean at 39, it's equally a force. Then the number that is vying Abono ba registered voters abantu bakwanda kuwaka chikura. Abantu bakobolya we have around 35 below. Bantu bakobolya is a big percent, up to around 29%. Those are young people. Looking at the resources, otakeire. Again, taking carry 1+1. I can tell for free. Of course, I did declare I'll go for Senate. And the numbers were not, because we have 1,300 polling stations in Kisii County. You need 2 agents.
Yes.
We are talking about 2,600 agents. You are not paying them 1,000. You pay them 2,000. You are running the budget. Campaign. A party will have issues with you.
Yes.
So you look at that, what there is a tall order.
But generally, abantu who complain about it, especially the youth thing around here, Basai, more to let down.
Yambaro. Abasai quite a number on the rest. But again, look at the spending.
Okay.
If an MCA can spend up to maximum of 10 million, you know, 10 million is not 100.
Yes.
Young people are not paid even 100 shillings in Mchengo. They are struggling. Mchengo is a serious thing. Mboigo toka.
Okay.
There's a struggle. Actually, again, they limit young people. They are vibrant. They can go for these positions. Number 1, resources. Number 2, support. You know that the mentors, including parties. You can't believe it. Look at the major political parties. You need to struggle. Some are demanding. You go to register. Then you do live membership.
All right.
You do gold membership. All those things.
You'll also realize that these parties pushed, especially in Kisii, the young men we had on the ballot, or who are going for county positions, to step down for Abagaka, who would say have resources. They were forced to go to other positions. Well, some of us, or some of the young men who were on the ballot, looked visionary. Mbab, what a plan.
Yes.
And those of us who are young would say, you know, age sometimes also influences ngo montago akira. Motango yo no momura, so no mosae, na bongo nyara kokora kikomo ikera, ne age mate, ne age bracket. So because of, say, the resources and the influence sabagaka watu over time, you know, they have become household names.
Okay.
Already on the ballot, na wata chikura 100,000. Every time ale ballot, na wata mia. A young man who comes today, karoko gande party yako ya ticket no mogako yoicha, the party will always ask you to step down for mogako yo. Ngaikwaruete, no what can you prove you have the financial muscle? So sometimes
they'll ask you, what is your budget?
For the 12 million.
No, 12 million, you know. This is how you look at it, but these are the numbers. GIBC, the candidates were cleared. 35 years and below, it's 4,508. 35 years and above is 11,500 and something. If you look at it, generally, the number could be between 30 to 40%.
Okay.
We are not badly off. Those are young people. Out of
All right. Kero tuku mufu chia segen tukende do chinsa chikali kuminyoka kireke enchaka manaye wakili yase chide kaisa toiga kero kuli liyo bacholi botoko endali tukole Jumanne ase bali babere clear dikuboli birugebi kero tukuli lingana ya oborai bo basubati the presidential level about the 3 running mates bara basubati go cha sobo governor we have 23 governor candidates bare basubati go cha their deputies we have 57 women MPs bali bakobolia bakungu we have 340 senators 42 women asigaruke MC we have about 1187 MC candidates bara basubati at the top level the bottom Mukungu for the first time were nominated as a running mate in fact for all the candidates except Kenya Kwanza ikinge kurokia se esabali yokoleta basubati asamangana yoborai remembering gardo kwandra busi 2017 Nyamira ya cholito musubati ya bubeka as an MCA, elected MCA. Kisii County the same way is only one woman who was elected as an MCA.
Bright thing, the third gender role, especially which favors ase obora ibonde bwensi nyabagaka bale komi kwanyora basubati bale ime batatose. That law has really influenced the way we look at leadership. That even IBC kwarage ko irani nominate party nomination lists because they did not meet the requirement here third gender role. that either gender itakere go balance out. It's something that has influenced our leadership. It's something that we are getting to realize and nurture nga abasubati na barabu na babakoru jikoni, especially for kisi places. Toligere Bomet, they have had there are other counties that had women governors, female governors. Gusine erotutaranyara gosogurwegente keme. And actually that rule really influenced the choice ye candidate gosi ya running mates asobo deputy governor na asobo president. We hope going forward and in the future we would have president who is a woman. Because what we are trying to nurture is that thinking that women and men are equal. That is why the laws are changing to also push women and inspire them into leadership and nurture them to in the future take leadership korwase what we feel konyekering anabasacha bokabali kugamba.
All right.
I'm looking forward to a day when a woman vies for a governor and a presidential seat from a major political party, then nominates a man. You know, it's not good to go to a deputy and whoever survives. You know, but deputy, you deputize.
Yes.
Let's get the real thing. Be the menu, the real menu. So let's have even women going for these positions. And then, of course, parties should now be considerate enough and get women for those serious positions. Yes. Presidential candidates must be a woman, so that it comes out automatic. Yes. Then we'll see how this thing works out. I know some counties, they are doing it. We have situations where women are vying for governors, those positions, and they have placed men there. So men can also be below.
Okay. All right. Kertuko chakamo na orioke geni 2 minutes. Abara ya babono bara obise baikaransete the incumbent which is the county kesi ntubwato ngwae kogenda se county Nyamira ntubwate Nyaribo at national level ntubwate the president Uhuru Kenyatta kirukurigeria mbatu wareo omunguso asogo chikoraganga ningoko irali bakaliabo at even go governor go say presidential
to some level mbabwate some influence but nchiraba konye manage that influence ereko rokananga but sway the way things are done. The presidential level, I think they can to some extent, only that some levels of some institutions may be abused, even at the county. You know, their systems interfered with. You get a situation where the sitting governor or the sitting head of state will decide to go to a civil servant on the roadside, campaign, strongly doing the campaigns, which is wrong. By the way, is a breach of electoral conduct. But that is where we are. Some feel insecure. No, I didn't support Munganoyo, so out of that fear,
okay.
And then even the way people vote, you know, the way people protest. Mondanaro okomota ikoleke okana o protest yagaro wake kura against ya sotaget. Some, especially buna mokaya bale ground bagosia, baenda basia change yake, change yamora. Batigira bantu njera. So they will protest. Na bale go support people ago iriate lakini asenye njota basera kanto kali badanga bono ndoko kwagera bansa kwatero monto monga. Those are dynamics chiko genda boyko.
Okay.
Of course, you may have a president who had the support, for example, who had support Rift Valley and across. Now that the deputy president is vying for that position, Uhuru may not have that influence because you have the areas where he can influence, the areas where he can't. Right. For governors, a governor was influence some areas and the areas. Assuming ninche nkoboli, abantu baitombale maya kuna to other clans and other things, amaya go chata yabantaba, aba abeire narenga, mo akiroyo, you know, akiromo nga. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they'll decide otherwise. Ona ba ko gechua. O mo bali ba ta ko ngana nere, ba go danga ya, yabona ngo tushiriwe.
Alright.
Totigo yo itoto nga. That is the trend now.
Alright. Alright. Wakili, ainga kioro jengane the incumbent. Ngabaka gergo chigo ligere yabanga.
Well, sometimes it would work for you and sometimes against. I say, generally, being an incumbent comes with a lot of influence. being an incumbent governor, say for instance, and until you hand over, you have influence, of course. You can influence in terms of financial support to candidates. You can influence your civil service, because they're also voters. I hear my brother saying a civil servant. I mean, presiding officers, returning officers, those are civil servants. I mean, you can't really dissociate, as much as the law says, civil servants back or we are having ministers campaigning for the president. Those are the heads, but civil service. But in terms of influence, definitely a sitting president openly endorsing a candidate means a lot, because he comes with state power, comes with resources, and it comes with on the other hand, like it has been used in other counties in some places, associated ne sitting governor okobekirobo chafu bonsi boli maybe governor yako lete usekende ya nyara ko influence negatively. But generally ntebenga, even with the bad influence that are associated, even the president, we are having some candidates saying or you mogo support the cost of living so they're trying to comment as a candidate president they will support. But generally the president or a sitting president or governor who wants to endorse a candidate, it comes with an advantage in that not less than to some percentage, it's 10 to 15%. It's not absolute, but his support or his endorsement means a lot, even from his clan, even from those people close to him. There are those who die with you. Even it nabera a percentage, 2 or 3, 4% advantage over the other candidate or that endorsement.
Sure. All right. True. Senator, at the same time, 16,100 candidates. Lakini the available seats is only 1,882. Even if you go below, it means go check Jumaine Kwagachia. Tocho kutuara vanta bange babuire losers and only about 1,800 winners. You go every robira bebinke kwetania mogoko. How do you handle such situation?
Well. Public Service Commission ngotangase rechigas. County government ngotangase rechigas to apply. Normally applicants yabako babange no day kwanya oromonta o apply ekashi otabuati competitor. Actually in most service boards, even in county governments, o apply guys mo babere go se oyomo abako re-advertise. Why? But I don't have abantu very competent enough. Chigashi chichikoro kwanga chiobora leadership positions. Echiro asabananji kojo qualified apply. So they have applied, but the positions are limited. Mbamanyete 290 members of parliament, 47 senators, 47 governors, 47 women reps, 1 president, MCAs around 1,400. Those are the numbers. They are aware. Even the 20 MCAs were Kobolia in one ward. At the end of the day, half MCA.
Yes.
They know. So it's like a job. They have applied. They have been on interview, they are very shortlisted. IBC have cleared. One of Achire, Baganye the result. Result in Tuesday. So they are aware. And I think once robot to come mambi pakajuma in the morning, early in the morning, around 6. Liriako anawake kura. Na bako manyanga mbara yarakwe rules. Na bako manyanga in the top 3. Na bako manyanga in the top 2. So towards the end of the day, the voting, na bako manyanga agabi ensemble.
All right.
Okay. I mean, right. What would be they say in life? If you do not have a vision, if you do not have something you die for, then life is useless. They say you are not either ambitious or something. Kobolio borai, it's my reasoning telling negentekebe. Even when you know that competing no your mogo chikoira say ase biroge bibire binge. One, it takes a lot to even think about koboli keroye biga ya siasa because they are costly and other things. Yes. That is not to saying that they are not jokers. In some are jokers. Some want koboli chikura bagorwe, some want koboli chikura ligere. Buna bakogwa bachiko ba appointed in certain positions. You know, the motivation here, all these candidates is not to win. Some are there to even publicize and become popular, their names and stuff. Abane bali bali gereti political appointments. And there are those who genuinely in that race, believing in their worth, the race, they are qualified and they want to offer leadership to our people. It goes a long way to even motivate our young people, bali skuru, bali bagotira, bali relinga, yarebe did na voleti, you know. It's not entirely to win.
There's a lot more.
It takes a lot more, and even the inspiration ekoleta saba anaba bakena bantu bande bagutira soborai no enche na senator ga we even look towards koba governor mandi. You also learn through the process. Learn that a failure is not the end of it. You would fail maambia ochekoba.
You're aware of our friend Kevin Musol. He vied for the by-election in Monchai.
Yes.
Even him being declared that you are now validly nominated to be on the ballot, that was an achievement. How many young people have dared to go for that? So even at the level of being declared now you are validly nominated by IEBC, it's what an achievement. That is what I've had to undergo. There's a lot more. You learn a lot. This thing is not easy. And as he has said, some could be projects, some could be cents, some could be jokers. All those dynamics play in this politics.
True, actually, as he said, some could have been sponsored. Gosalichikura chia opponents, was a certain clan, influence the election in a certain way. It's not all those candidates who are in to win, and they know it.
All right. Definitely, then we are looking at a scenario as a chinyomba mogokora nkeigo around 14,000. We'll be having over 14,000 losers.
You cannot believe it. I don't see them as losers. Some could have made the objective met. There are people who have been promised. And also during the result announcement. There are some aspirants or there are some candidates who celebrate when they have not even won. When the opponent has won. And you wonder what happened.
Alright. Chikakiche wanongo muleta imomo tegereri totara chikukorera kabisa ngoligereri tole the possible outcomes as soko chori bobo president na kikagere go chikonyera kubaga kwandika lakini as this level tiganda to motegereri ime birengere byo mebyo mwancho motegereri mna kwa bwatiri chinkwane chema semo 0704 102 102 0785 102 Vuna hela. Wairire bia.
Oba tuwezi na ukure kaunti ya Suguru. Wale ya wageni ya uwa sikia maida mani.
Waita bia.
Na wala tulikuwa na kiago cha ngozi sana. Kwa maana na ndio wananchi hapana toko tu ajipeli asili. Oigote wa kwana ile goje president ndondire video no moto kageta kwa sokata wote moto kana abwa tiro yoko boko. Tukuna wananchi hawa wakae probai tuagire tipura lakini matakatake miaka yote. Wana for example na watu wana probai tunore mabungo bonyore. Tumenya kwa watu kwa support na ndio rote tuli politician ya na tona ndini. Wana kwa mya kwa ndeka kaunti yali kwa tunako hapa na tuako erenye. Ekaraga tindi kilikia opia yani tuakwire tena oti ya mwana mambi ya tugumo wasonga na okare no te yudi okare kwa support.
Yes.
Wana matuka ndo tena soiro kotanda leta oko pale zindominga bunezi. Mbwama tekyo kwa yata saba na inchi gosine chege tutaleta kwa yata ya kurwana kwa vendra sole. Iboneta ke iro ndo buno morai bwe temenene kote ko support yo ndo tararwa bibi.
Okay, sawa asante sana. Gete mwigule concern yeye na bukinya komo kwenye kuandira baadaye lakini bado ngenda kubuli simicho mwenje mutegeli wetera 0704102102 0785102102 SMS line yanekere 0706102102 na bukinya koba gokondikira gonte binge birengere bya mbere byebi nanyirunga bado gotore live ali Vuna TV kunya koba kuri wetera se mutandao o YouTube Vuna radio hela.
Omuna kanyona karba ese chikura bago tuaro mo kenyonda ngorita ngakirete. No no ya mo sita ya irete. Era kore to mo mo ala kenyari se bali ba mo kerta gatebe ya ngira ga tuaro mo kenyonda.
Okay, endo ina bo mukayara basako manyekekere nyakoe. Vuna radio hela.
Bro, right.
Hela.
Na intembi yamana tenge yo mara yo isoma nene. Ora to kwa miga magana mangu. Na injena na ko mogoriga. Ekere mo para abara intu ko mori borai. Sabato ko me patikula maina tuave tira barai vai to buya. Kono ko manya kanyara barabu. Bacha pira wazo sana barabu banyana ni tanga ni ndama nyete na de kwa sabu na uga ko tanga na ko ngwesere. Intu dia ko na buna barai vai to tanga ine ba ko gata barabu ba ti mo na itu ko bono. Baru terin to ko ja sai do mo ya juwa manya ko. Buanu pase. Polita ya bana bote matiere bulera to tem.
All right, sawa asante. Ready for the hela?
Aro pro bright. Na ni abale studio baire na ndo kama manene.
Bwere bia.
Mbara nya kwa wadi mwere. Kunyara tanyisiara. Umwana no yo maria ante mbane ri mukaya agu.
Bia mono na kode kila asante.
Bia mono nande karibu studio. Bono njenda de kuboli mukaya iga. Na jende ko kibaya onsi ko na ba ko tirana. Nkie ko nyari kana nkabdi do mo mukaya to ko mena ndiro nkwanye karatara ide kerugo.
Okay.
Gai de ka my friend. Ko kani se ko ri utana ko lidani. Yani tiko bwa to keru. Wa program tima tikitira ko re.
Okay.
Ane tukite watu kama tumbi ama na program.
Sawa. Asante sana. Azinge nchoyo liboli eli. Mna bali kubulji kurega bono baga kana sapa kamera banse. Vuna radio hela.
Right. Maski na robina kwa mugumo. Wana mtoka ibura wale ba kurwata yetu mna ba kwani. Yanga tenga ntoto tenga chaga chimaina boliga. Abantu abanye baje mpaka baje bagore bitali baje bamenta rwa mate.
Aho.
Azinge mtata basire mutuko no mugaso. Kinga bono mate na obanyoronda kaunti osembolemo. Sine lori. Ando maka nyoranga wana rende inga taireti. Jona zo ko ya bara ya uga banko ne tarwe. Aba agenti aba ira babo ba ko ko bituo. Anda kana bo maybe akonyoranga mu agenti yango munare ada sare bi ka bona tenga na bi ka. Maybe mura yo moino. Maybe tamo were tuya. Injira nera abara ya ba yekere no mu agenti yo akombekera security ne muna mu agenti yo na mayengo mu mabwana se ubore.
Okay.
Wote aja cheka jande agenti tuko saigo.
All right.
Ndio na bro bright.
Sawa. Asante sana. Vuna radio hello.
Hello. Yo karo marazi karo mwanzo. Jereno na nara vile wa agenti wa sare ya wa nyama tikule kera wa ndo kadanga ai to likire ke tabu.
Okay.
Na wa to weko mbaba ka nyumba ba tie kana. Moto rio oje kitai kai ngosia. Rio konyo ingesieri wakani wa to likio. Wana ve wa sare renda wa ko likitikura. Lakini vile ndo yana to kwa kachuma ina iga. Abange nkolera wale kya agenti ya sare mono.
Iko chi agent na chikali kusali kure ground.
Asande bona ndo nya abantu bara bangi osana abantu 1940. Bona ke umuntu no yomo. Bona akina banga bawanje bana kuwese jira kwenye kutia.
Okay.
Yo montaru ani kia number 1 ndio ije tanyare ka.
All right. Sawa. Asante sana Karo. Vuna radio hela.
Hello Prokurai.
Hello.
Ya kundia ukwana.
Nyakundi.
Ngakubwa tete kuruchisa mwacha kiembe. Na inteli swali ya nanare kubuya. Ndiri narenge kubuli ngabono abageni baitu bakwanere president ne gabana ekikigo kibasoka. Nere buya batara pero umuntu bago support ose ninjo bananchi to bwana tokara to muntu.
All right. Sawa. Vuna radio hello. Hello.
Ayo mano minto weda awe studio kulapon.
Bwere bia tata.
Ora ka wito ma sawa asere na diringa sumo program toka. No njitiganta ebeiga. Ndale ko ngodi yamura yo nto kwanda mangana maya sana. Asina ko mobolinga. Ngiye ko gere kala ba iri ro ga yo ma to ko nyora. mbali moja studio babori ngatinga cyuko kwa na inchi kole egera na baro baba tebi tanga bono na kiara bono ba para ba ja studio ba to re sama gania lakini iba ile mbango je studio ba pesa ki bono to ile bono ipatebe na kitoko kwa kora na kina kuma muru la mo ko nyantiri
sawa sawa Vuna Radio hello
alo de Vuna
Bwere bia tata
wa ko ko tiri wa pa na kanange sunda ya ke no visa ya mana singe jo magana magana torrente ile Atigarete bono. Kira ba no que tiver que va que va ver va ko fera ba toiga. Ke na ko boringa lai ki ko me ga ko ra kya gire ko era no ne viganje tikare ko era.
Ego na wajire chimbucho sana abo.
Iga kire chimbucho kira se wa na ro yo ma ko te la te bia ba to ba ro ko wa ke ni ki ni ga ni ko ga kira ko era. Ono dini venga ila ikikare kuru nenga kokie yone tikare kuru akitakari koera kiasi luego ono no na ko mori na shi ante vie se tikare kuru anga na tijande ke tega na yara kwa kali kuru
sawa asante sana singe njebira mbukuli simibiri chomwele Vuna Radio hello
ndio Vuna ro Wao ndio wao kulimataza ndio
Yes Justin
no tawara ya wangu wa kwana ndio kwana msaidia nande ba toa kwa ba toa kwa ndio kwa mimi ndio ndio kwa ndio kwa kwa sababu na ndio na wao kwa ndio nande ndio namba kwa ndio ndio chipari sila makao ndio hapo ya ndio kwa ndio kwa ndio ndio hata ndio ndio ndio
alright sawa asante sana singencho ye birengere byawe simyo mwele Vuna Radio hello okay sawa nyaro ko baga kominchuli de to boli simyo mwele singencho bira Vuna Radio hello mbiya mana
no mo chokoro nya kambere seria amane na tebe korona maza Bangkere ka bu ke manata ka commenting kanyara beje bajira se ground kanyara bate ya bante ke ngamanya mbanyale ma levi shogo to ko mbanyale ma pro bright kanyara te bando ko 20 ngala ndalo 20 ko bangaina ni moreli kumba wate mbili yoko nyara chibese chiye mo kwenda yako mo erinda chukutwa lakini kwa tukanda lipoli chukura kama konyora abantu bali amateki ngambaro kama konyora ni ground ile ka lero kwi ama na kubuli orando nyore nga for example at bro bright una na tena nete kama kya radio Vuna alafu ngo ngama tenga ari gari raya abantu baute banaye manya ko nyara ko nga omuntu yo nga abantu bali amatete nyatano chukura chirwete gari raya ekiri chukura ko 20 sibe asatu mete chire ko 1.2
yes
oroje ngo anene abantu chejendi chiaye na kioro chao kora oroje ngorte ku mwaka kerengo nyaro oroje nona banta
alright asante sana senchero nikimo mwencho butegelia singe nchwebiro tukansome SMS moga Brighton Richard Oyori kutoka Moturumensia Nyakanje Birongo wana siasa lazima wajue kuwa watoto ndio kura. Hiyo idea ya kutosera watoto hiyo ni kupoteza kura kama sisi hapa Kitutu Masaba wa wakentete kwa tureli Italia Mose abagui wakati na wasera. Hata Yesu alisema wacheni watoto waje kwangu maana ufalme wa mbinguni ni wao. Niko na swali, je, waweza kuvote zaidi ya polling station 2? Sawa ukwantenga twabwata mapema igoro chiripoti chikoro kinga bana mbabe igo babwatira ni gwasa mangana igayogosia na mangana yechi campaign ekero tugocha nteme ku sample amaboli amna na igura bategere bakoboli gara around ya 3 litangani ekero murai akolike chikura igakorekana amangana maororo mangana maya lakini makoira kwanyoranga bachakire asugo ikirya magendro kwanyoranga nkombi bali chinsemo chinde for various reasons abatenga ndumwa ngakirete kura accessibility yatuka ngege ko benkong kerari kuri yekura ntwarano ga chibicha bago ikaransa baka paransa samaraba lakini kera irire it becomes somebody else accessibility ya benkong omanya ko baga ko ba hostel ketene liboli limo ile kabire ngikora mangane chi agent eroli chi agent aso kwene kingo morai ngoirare go seta ira chikura are they people who can be trusted arafu libolio boigolindiri ali kuboli ugandiringa nga kia baraya bale the current in office nire buya banyara ko babakoro kimusimamo bo kisiasa gose babwento gutika bananchi boka banyara ko babagwe chotran kete by sample the questions na bichirego asama boli yonsi ya boli watachaka na
tiganyanse mukane ground yako runarara bwata namba yamo it's all about campaign management ngakyo ko manage campaign yao abo no chi agent goja chi agent n'abantu bago support strongly chinga kichi alero ase ekiya kogare campaign yako benkomo kero monto abaire kero montada ko ba agent ma tento bwata political brokerage omonto koro ku agent no monto rebo ko mobilize ya abantu ba mobilize abantu in excess of 100 or 200 or 300 once so abantu bande baikira out of that nera ta mobilize go chikana nera ta mobilize so ko manage crisis une kiyabe gas namba yamo aba bakoboli ebirugomba bwate gas yenkongu sana nabogoza kwegwe bitinanga agent iliyo begete ngoko lierere toli monto buya olino monto kokoira ao no chora kuranchi so it's all about management na aba no we ko checking akinele to iko rules immediately we ko ake sabe yonga kyo ko manage no nero molet it's all about campaign management mokaya will handle it gento kende why karochi kurachia herire moraya chorirwe si mieta igotoka ataigoja sebanto let me be very honest with you abantu bakoboli birogo they spend a lot ebiombe wabasani osaba so igo konyore kare campaign ya erira ango muhare ongenti kweli ga komionto koetire odanga tikanda aratimoka azenge njo ground ingeli macheso I'm telling you this with experience so it's no joke mojumbe ngo karora relax yak abanda bono they could be nursing some ulcers opponent omo supporter ena na komo tavinga jama to ko ngora bunanga teba ngoga na ne gambient opponent mo ina ya mo tavinga nchua ya nkoeli wa musini oje gambian moboli oya gonte ngonga le lumia moto ngongole chiko sengenda you know bona nenda kwa momento wakong ekera ire chikura na the time you can relax na the time you can lichibese aira ne liya banyene and other things bona ko nyo preoccupied ne binte binge ngakia ko recover that's number 1 all right wana siasa bako boli kero mba kwa tayeki but I can tell you because I know this thing finally kikejera in campaign
koragira abantu ngatondo kuchia
ne bwato bye bwa no bwaye but lakini yako misconstrued nga ekaro ko ragero monto kochia ige bintu biro da ko kaba byao the negative implication na reyu all right 2 nere buya oro kia bantu morayo muya there's no problem but enchera abana inchi bako keira take over buya okay unaona biro gombira very serious ojumbe o governor o president abantu ngo beka bare chinotion chimbe nga bintu beto ko kaba family no ko chikolenda bintu bya wakolete bibe you get these stories ebona beko genda the other way around but over and above umoraikaro muya no tumera abantu still it's okay
all right okay accessibility umurai karagori kichikura ne karairire ndena campaign
thank you right ngira nelie maswali makebuna na igubabolia tangani ngabana baserwe sabai kuchibesa we should also learn that politics is an investment whoever is dishing money talimonto molidi any politician is cow kuchibesa and you see it would be crazy or it would be wrong I would say and not really wrong but mwana siasa yara aburu bongaini uchaka kosero mwana manyeta bwatikura the moment mwana siasa manyanga beseri ne yokogore kura gose yokwebera umuntu bwatikura why would a politician be giving money to kids and let's also learn gotaira abana baitase abantu bagoserwa it's I've seen it severally abana mbaliko egwa because why would you give umuntu ebesa umanye tabwati kura. You know, that would be bad investment in my opinion. Twakwanira about ko lose elections na rote banga bagucha kubua mbache baruare bakoreki well. Talibonsi baroko ira mbaro bari ku motivate mbaro bakole bintu binde that is still okay. Voter buying. Na mugaka na roboli ganga ji abantu bakorushibese. Na chikoru chinyinge. On the other side, I'll talk to our people. Babolinga ngaki yago serundero yaera. Of course, some would be giving money as samakoli moro sana illegally kurero gochimoto. Let's now sit matukaya bere to aguna ibisi no gosaransa korengeri. Kwarire chibesa cyabana siasa almost nye naba mziko mibako boli kero yo moko irebesa. Now it's time to think, meditate and ask yourself, who are you going to vote? But tigana into tomanyo bo mahina barubunga umwana siasa yoto golie kura. Ebirengera libia yambiribie ngiyara uchiko rusiba yasechiga akoira ni mbona na stora uchiko rusi. Those are politicians bago ikabono basieke birole chigali kwanda gitakia eba akabantu chindo situboge tutumate nko igole ngo akubale chindo mwachire gisiri kyo monto. You know, na abu bado bakogenda bachaga kubeka nye no moro mubaikelie paragati. You know, and my brother Ryuki said, even at the national level, ekimokoleta semesa is truly considered gochaka kubageruaki amagenderero. Ebiroge president yakona na gocha Western or Nyanza will depend on chikureire ngamwarwete. Okay. So, well, that is wrong in terms of leadership and the laws that exist. Keroko ira chikura ekwabo morayo kero monto. But as a human being, mwana siaso you know monto. Ko igwale bobe. Aga achaka basere region get, and maybe that's why he spent most of his money and you didn't vote for him. So our people should also be keen enough to know na konyara koba intuitive enough kumanyanga papi mo baromba barengore ngokoira wewe olio koira na batomu anjeti omo because no expect ya matunda korwa sare. So those are among the issues that affect ebintebio. And finally being misled by agents. I think no mwana siasa omuliri ora misled by agents. Mwana siasa in terms of HR is like a manager. You have agents, wow. You have your campaign team. You become the patron, the leader of that team. You should also be bright enough to learn the strengths and weaknesses of your team members. All right. You should know to menyareba azegete nebe so muguko na netukulioga chikura tako kura abo chikolia. So as a politician, they should be bright enough kunyara kumanya agents babo na kumanyanga ibale popular nga yora batumie nanga yoko batiga. But generally interveng support by leaders, by incumbents. Kenyans tole fancy of going to courts. Recently a team went to court kobolinga mbuya a president go support a candidate. Has a voter, has a Kenyan, he has a right. But it is wrong to use state resources, state influence, intobuna chigali cheserekali gochaka go campaign ya candidate. But ero monyene, that was the determination here court. Ero monyene buno mo Kenya. He has a vote. He's a voter. Teli bobe. Era abe bobe kerago chaka go tumia mali ya serikali nebinto biriaire buno murayore ekerogo ko influence chikura.
All right. Actually, it almost formed the basis you go throughout the BBI. Because the president didn't come out at in Chebuna individual, not a president. I'm initiating this process here BBI. So go contribute together to some level.
All right. Okay. So currently tunyere ko batuko kolera tucha kama na wakili ya se gocholiyo toko enda ase kirugo kyubura iwese. What are the possible outcomes mwaki kura kwent kunyara ko baga kumanya kikagire kukorekana ase obocho the possible outcomes in meaning first round bintu bnebyo mubeke byanyara ko baga
mokoira.
Yes.
That would be difficult to answer. Because then ndaisa ko tempted ko iranilia but from the opinion polls buna tuarolide buna tua Not unless I didn't get your question clear.
Let me tikambe kaliboli lebi. Mutakena zete kumanyanga mnabona ntumaita sekuru kibura ibwensa itana wa bochori bokanwa in the event bwa tugutirwa what will happen. Nabo yo okoira tanyora 50+1% what will happen in that case even to nebia.
Thank you. Now that is even easier. Because again to our Kenya we should know these possible scenarios after elections.
All right.
One, there could be declared a winner. Only clearly or chikura. Two, there could happen olio iratanya already 50+1, meaning we will go into a rerun.
Okay.
Rerun nelia the first two bakobe kubaminyoke.
Okay.
There could be a scenario candidate yatanga asirwe. The opponent yaga the court like it happened in 2017.
Yes.
Abue kina toira nigu an election again. This would happen in all positions. Only that rerun take will happen for these other positions.
Yes. Okay.
It's only for the presidential. Right. But there are election petitions all over. Chirabekwe. Mwana siasa na rura watu mambie bicha okoena na chibesa. It's an offense. Oire chikura. Opponent would go to court. Kubekere petition. Oire teke rogo. Lakini yoka nigungangu akolete an election malpractice. Okay. So there are possible scenarios. Omo Kenya taka go prepare. The gazetted period ye holiday. Noena bana ba break tipaka 11th. But this could go even further if we have maybe a rerun or something. If we have chaos like we had in 2007, Togo Sabanyasai to peaceful elections.
Right.
So there are possible scenarios. Chikura tali automatic ingankonya ratole winner that day, especially for our president. But I say we binde governor. Once somebody is declared, it's clear. Now wekirwe petition no koleruki. You definitely would be sworn in pending the outcomes. Right. And the 50+1 requirement does not affect the Biroge Bibinde. Okay. But at the national level, those are the possible scenarios.
All right.
Again, tournament, during campaigns and immediately after campaigns, if one of the presidential candidates, unfortunately, in the unlikely event, I think clearly you know this.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Because what will happen, the assumption is, the assumption is, chances are very high chikura chia achoru. Okay. You know, those are some of the scenarios. But quite frankly, you look at it the way it is, we will have two possible scenarios. Either we get a clear win, a runoff, because kaganda court after chikura chia akiruwa on kaganda petition, even about declaring in a court process answer. Okay. But those are the scenarios now.
All right. So in the event maybe it's a runoff, in the event in kinagiachira se koti, by when exactly do you expect to go at the serikali, especially
if we don't have a runoff in under 1 month, the winner, the presidential candidate, or your wins are declared and of course I was sworn in. In the event that one does not happen, a petition immediately I declared or your one, because I never won, no ataireti, the court can nullify chikura chigenda.
Okay.
In the event yairete, another, I think within 1 month, 30 days, swearing in Yabang.
All right. So
no, nye talk on your clear winner, 30th of this month, President Nagaga was sworn in.
Okay. Sawa. Chinga kindo chinga chanyero koba chiko tonyora amancho mategenye wekera chinkwani chikatito basogotoro wona bokwera na ya semo tandao YouTube Vuna TV na bokuligire mna chacha kagocha mpaka keroto bono toko chikunyaro koba to gokora andake kero ngocha kama naye wakili amanganao yo mwali na indenki keri olikireti expected tukulia Jumanne keroto kwenda se ogwaka chikuleje.
Thank you, good right. Tawenga mbiamono azogoto alikaga na seliba gali okwana na abantu baito. Finally mbakwani bonsi abagusi kwani abantu haito ba Kitutu Church South Geka Ward. Ntoma makwani ane in a special way to Senator candidate Domingo Magara. Ntoma makwani ane kucheso mheshimiwa Nyagoto Bogeka Ward. Tayo ando aminto basabere mono. And Toto Aroborai will be Morembe. I expect peace because we've not had major issues, say in Kisi, but generally, Nsabero Morembe, Tebenga Banto Baito, after Tuesday olio koira chikura becomes omorai naba kwalenga asale naba nkwalenga asale oyinero ko omorai tomubwatisi gozitoba bwatisi osukiense yaito motu ne binyoro ne county na even the wards.
All right.
Even the constituencies.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right. Ricky.
Biamano igo mokaya ga okora korwaga ndaka ne advert your campaign ya wantu baiwa. You need to leave some business here. Yes. So biamano nyachae brand bro ase opportunity yo kwa na bantu bamento njenda basabere chi campaign una chielre abantu baito motoherere no ekere politically nga mbono nali chikura chikoli mbono nali chiwonjoka. That is a statement nga molende nchiochoka basabera maya go konyara go avoid mekutana yabo tuko avoid singenje bintu nebinge bigoza byabo no nyogo sa rukole age between yobo mabuao na shilingi 200 or shilingi 100 na bora nyo target and other things. On the polling day some scenarios chigoza chiaba abantu mbale bago ikabe position no ne zone ya yogo chagosera aba murango zabale bapima na chinguru so mo be careful na bora ko ngontu onorobo mabuao bwelze chumaine yoyoko oko support no ga ko iro nyolenga toli moya na njengira makwani nchetalia saba na siasa nche ntaete ko kwani my brother naro tagarada ko Kisumu Eric ne family ayo. Of course my wife is also listening Deborah makwani and ne opportunity few friends are listening. Kevin Masomi or your bullet of Jumbe Bonchari Mumuroko kwa Obuo Evans korwa Bonchari said. Otherwise the rest of the people go basagarama campaign is a serious event yatata keiri ego affect more no especially karota ikobori.
All right.
Karo go support yo mora yo support you will celebrate kara moir mokonya so konyara. It's not live and dead.
All right. All right. So asante sana mwancho
kwa ni mongino haya.
No, I mean bro na manyete asarenga.
I agree.
Thank you.
All right, asante sana mwancho mtakende. Asante sana se chira yabeleke matakere mbemona bara ya soko nyalibaga se studio mwancho mtakere tolinka monere Dennis Sorioki, head of state commendation wewe kule mirimo wa se constituency ya Bonchari se kiombekelikio bakoli bwe bunge parliamentary service commission abigontolenganero mu wakili John Mokaya senchira benekema somoro belibo bara ina magendera subutuko bwalero kero bado ntu togendera tene mirimo nguruli baga sabara ibanyara ko baba ko genda ngo ngayona chikura chikuriki
mu wakili ona ngirete koti lakini tuaje toka sonzora na no nega si alenga.
Thank you.
All right.
Asante brand.